Hi, it's Nick from Match Property Estate Agents. I'm just down at one of our new instructions at the moment, and I just wanted to record a quick video about 2020, what the market's going to be doing in the new year and into the rest of the year, and just give you some tips as to how to make the best of the housing market this year. So new decade, it's a fantastic opportunity for a bit of a reset. The election at the end of last year is out of the way, and that's presented a bit more of a clearer picture as to what the market's going to do this year. There's slightly less uncertainty in the market, and therefore we're seeing already lots and lots of activity in the market on the sales side, and lettings as normal is very buoyant. Pre-Christmas, there was a little bit of a slowdown, obviously because of the election and the potential outcome of that, people waiting to see what happens. But we saw huge stats over the Christmas period, really very high levels of searches and what have you going on online. And that's continued really into the new year so far. We've got lots of new instructions coming on, lots of buyer activity. We've already got offers and secured sales on properties in the first couple of weeks of January. So really good start to the year, and we do expect that to continue. In terms of the fundamentals of the market this year, pricing we think is going to stay fairly stable. There might be a marginal increase in prices as the year goes on. So as far as the year going forward, we're expecting the market to stay fairly flat in terms of pricing, with maybe some marginal increases as the year progresses, depending on how things go in the first quarter of this year. So far, as I say, things are very strong. Prices are still, very important, and there's a lot of price sensitivity in terms of buyers wanting to make sure they're not overpaying for properties. But if the property is priced well, presented well, and marketed well, it will sell, and it will get lots of interest in the property. One of the most important things we think this year is getting that price point right. The market, we think, is still going to be quite price sensitive. Buyers are still going to be a bit nervous about overpaying for properties. Obviously, properties that deserve a premium, whether there be a coastal property or a property that's just been refurbished or something, will get the top prices in the market. But at the moment, it's really being sensible with your pricing and making sure that that's correct for the market and for your property and your location and the condition of your property as well. So really positive for this year. We're expecting lots and lots of sales to happen. We think the volume of sales will go up this year by comparison to last year. The lettings market is still going to stay very, very strong. We think there is going to be lots and lots of legislation coming in. It's just been announced that there's more legislation with regards to electrical safety checks for private landlords, which will be coming into play this year, we think, and further extensions to that, which will apply to the whole market next year. The energy EPC regulations are being extended this spring, so that will extend across all tenancies and all properties in the marketplace, unless you're an exempt property under the regulations. So lots more challenging sort of aspects for landlords at the moment, but it's, we're in favour of the sort of more professionalisation of the lettings market. We want that to continue. But obviously landlords have got to be prepared. So if you're interested in getting advice on that, obviously give us a call, have a chat with myself, and we can guide you on the best ways to do that. But there's going to be lots more to come. In terms of the legislation, this is probably the government's starting point. This is certainly not going to be ending here. There's plans for the Section 21 revisions to come into play with regards to tenancy documents and giving notice to tenants. And as I've mentioned, there's EPC regulations coming in or extending this year, and now electrical safety regulations which are being brought in this year and extending next year. So lots and lots of changes happening, and we think that this is just the tip of the iceberg. We think the government is going to be moving towards a much more regulated industry, which we think is a good thing overall. It is in the short term perhaps going to raise costs for landlords, but in the longer term, we think it's going to present a much better, much more secure market for both tenants and landlords, and obviously we welcome that. So yeah, if you've got any questions, obviously give me a call, make a comment below the video, drop me an email, or contact us via social media. We'd be happy to help.